Hi, my friends. It's Miss Clap Rich coming to you on this beautiful day. If you watched yesterday's video, I talked all about how windy it's been lately. And did you see what we made yesterday? We actually made a kite. It was so much fun. So if you haven't made it yet, go ahead and watch yesterday's video, make that kite, and then the next time we have a windy day, you'll have it ready to go because it is a blast flying a kite. So make sure you watch a little bit of what we made yesterday. But today, wait till you meet my friend visiting all the way from a whole other part of the world. Do you know what animal this is? Look at him. He looks like a little bear. But he's a koala bear, a koala. Isn't he adorable? I wish I could pet one of these guys in real life. Do you know where they're from? You know, we live way up here in Alaska, and this guy lives all the way over here in Australia and eats mostly eucalyptus leaves. It's kind of a funny word, eucalyptus. So he thinks they're delicious. But well, maybe one day I'll get to travel and actually meet one of these guys. Wouldn't that be cool? So koalas are technically a type of bear. And on the card that we're gonna read today, because we've been doing a card every day, this one is called Bear Breaths. Should we read what it says? It says, take a big breath in, and when you exhale, growl and let your big bear belly out. Okay? So we're gonna try this because remember, when we breathe deeply, it helps us relax and be in this moment and not worry about what happened earlier today that made us frustrated or what might happen tomorrow. It helps us be right here. So remember, we're gonna take a big bear breath in and then growl on the way out. And you can feel your tummy as you go out, and you'll hopefully feel your tummy going in and out. Ready? So let's try it. Ready? We breathe in. On the way out. Nice. This is not a good one. Make sure I hear you growl, okay? Should we try it again? Nice and loud. Ready? We'll breathe in. Doesn't that feel good? Should we do one more last time? Ready? Breathe in. And breathe out. Do you like my growl? I like yours too. So doesn't that feel good when we breathe deeply? We're not worried about what happened yesterday or this morning or what's gonna happen tomorrow. We're just present right now and feeling how the breath feels in our body. And it's fun to be a bear and growl too. Okay, do you know what else we do every day? We read one of those cards and we add to the thankful tree. So come on over. And this one I bet you we can all be thankful for. I wrote down ice cream. I have ice cream for dessert almost every night, and I am so thankful that I can have ice cream. And lately, I've been extra thankful for quiet time. You know, we're at home more now. We're not able to go to school, and life's just a little less crazy. So just having some quiet time to read or go for a walk. I love some peaceful, quiet time. That's awesome. Okay, so yesterday we made the kite, but we also talked about how we spend our time. So we drew a big circle, we traced a plate, and I made this one a little bit more colorful than the one we did yesterday. But I thought about all the important things I do during my day. And I tried to kind of divide it into little pieces. So my watch TV time is not too much. I play the piano and read. When I prepare to make these videos every day, I spend a lot of my day preparing for these videos and spending time with my family, going outside. So think about all the important things you do each day and how much time do you spend doing each of those things? Is your TV or video game chunk really big? Maybe we should make a goal to make it a little bit smaller. And maybe we should make our chores piece of pie a little bit bigger. So it's good to really think about how you spend your day. Because sometimes, whoa, the day's over, it's almost bedtime, and you're like, shoot, I play video games like all day today. Maybe tomorrow I need to make a goal of actually getting some chores done. So that's kind of what we're gonna do right now, is try to set some goals and make sure that you can accomplish what you need to during the day. So if you have a notebook, it's okay if it's not empty, I have some other things written in here, but maybe it's a notebook that you can use from now on to kind of use as like a planner or write a to-do list every day in your planner. So you can use this kind of notebook. this kind of notebook, or if you don't have any notebooks at home, you can just use a piece of paper and use a new paper each day, or however you'd like to do that. You can be creative. But the ideal thing, I think, would be to get a notebook and just think, like if you were at school, you always write the date, right, on your piece of paper. So let's write March 31st. And we'll put to-do list. And we can do that on each page, each day we'll write this, the date and your to-do list. And can you read that okay? And each day, I think it's important to think about, what do I need to do today? Like, I have to get this done. And what are some things I want to do today, just for fun? So that's the difference between your needs and your wants. What do I need to do and what do I want to do? So I think it would be good to divide this down the middle and write down needs and wants. Oops, there goes Mr. Koala. We'll make sure he's safe. There he is. Okay, so your needs and wants. Whoops. So every day you can think, when you wake up in the morning, maybe you can keep this even next to your bed at night. And then when you wake up in the morning, you open up your notebook, you could bring it down to breakfast with you and think, what do I need to do today? I need to get on my Zoom meeting with my teacher. And as you're watching this, you guys, I know that we have kindergarteners watching this video and fifth graders and all the ages in between. So this might look a little bit different depending on what grade you're in and how old you are, and parents, maybe you can help your kids kind of figure this out. So your need might be a Zoom meeting with the teacher. And you know what I like to do is to draw a little box next to it. So then when it's done, when you have your Zoom meeting with your teacher, you can check it off. Feels really good. Or if you just want to cross it off, that feels good too. Maybe you can even ask your parents, like, what do I have to do today? And maybe they'll say, clean bedroom, like clean your bedroom. Maybe that's something you need to do today, okay? You could do clean your bedroom. Maybe you need to feed your pets. Maybe you need to water the plants. Those are things you need to do today. But also it's important to think about, what do I want to do today? Maybe I want to play in the snow. Maybe I want to paint a picture. Maybe I want to finish the book you've been reading, finish my book. And we'll put a little square next to each one that you can cross off. So those are what you want to do. Play in the snow, paint a picture, finish my book, and maybe you don't get to do all the things you want that day, but you can try. So maybe you just finish your book that day, and then you can put a check there. But I think it's important to remember, if you're getting towards the end of your day, and maybe you still have things on the need side and the want side, which side do you need to make a priority and make sure that you get it done? The needs or the wants? The needs, those are the things you have to do today. And maybe your wants are things that you could try to do tomorrow, okay? So maybe at the end of the day, you can kind of see, wow, I got a lot done today. I cleaned my room, I got all these things checked off. And if there are a couple things that you didn't get to accomplish, where do you think you might write that? On tomorrow's list. So this is the 31st, tomorrow's April 1st. So you'll turn to the next page, and either the night before, you can even write, oh shoot, I didn't get these things done today. I better put it on tomorrow's list. And it helps you stay organized, okay? And again, you guys, this is just an idea. If you want to make this colorful, if you have different ideas, show me how you make your planner. Because every day there are certain things that you need to get done. And if you don't write it down, sometimes you'll forget. I do forget all the time. And then there's things you want to do. So go ahead and write it down and make time for that, okay? So speaking of time and how we spend our time, have you ever seen one of these? It's called like an hourglass, but technically this one's only a 10-minute glass. But I think the traditional ones were an hour. And when you flip it over, You get to barely see the little sand coming out. And once all the sand has gone to the bottom, you know that it's been exactly 10 minutes. So not everybody has one of these. Not very many do really. So we're gonna make our own. Ready? So what we're gonna do is actually just take 2 plastic bottles. These are the kind I had, which were pretty big. They're big Gatorade bottles, but you could just take 2 little water bottles or whatever you have, or a soda bottle, and clean them out, rinse them out. The reason that there's a little bit of stuff stuck on the sides here is because I didn't dry it out all the way. So make sure once you wash out your bottles, make sure they're nice and dry on the inside before you put sand or anything inside. So what you could do is you can use salt, or you can use sugar, or if you have like a ground from outside or sand, you can kind of play with it, or maybe even rice. Ask your parents, because you don't want to use something from the pantry if they don't want you using that food for a project. But what I went with salt, this kosher salt. It's a little bit bigger than regular salt. And all you have to do is just have these clean bottles, and then take the cap. And all I did, you may want to ask your parent for help with this, because you have to be very careful with these scissors. But if you just put it down on the table, and all you do is you poke your scissors through the cap, and once you push it through, and you push it through, and then you can kind of go around in like a circle and make a nice circle in there. So I made a little bit of a mistake when I first tried, and I didn't make this circle big enough. And when I put it on here, the salt wouldn't go through. So I tried it a little bit bigger, still wouldn't go through. So you need to make it kind of big, okay? So keep testing it, and we're gonna test this one. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go like this. See, it works perfect, and you can see the salt going through. So we'll pause there. And now what you need to do is, just so you can make it actually work, is we're gonna tape the 2 bottles together. I would suggest maybe using like thicker tape, like maybe even duct tape, right? So we'll put this on here. Yay, it's working. And then we'll just tape it together nicely, okay? The duct tape, like I said, might even be a little bit sturdier, but this works. Isn't that cool? And now what you're gonna have to do, because you can go either way, but what you're gonna have to do is, once all of it is on one side, you tip it over and set a real timer, like on your parents' phone or on somebody's phone, and then see, look, okay, so all the salt has gone through to one side. So then get your timer ready, press start, flip it over, and then you can watch for when all the salt or whatever it is has gone through. You'll check the timer, and maybe it'll say 5 minutes or 8 minutes. And then you can even write it on a marker on here, just so you know how much time this measures. And then maybe you can use this for fun and do something like, see how long it takes you to brush your teeth in the morning. Is it going to take you the full 8 minutes? Or how long is it going to take? And it'll be kind of fun to use this to actually do activities. Or you can race someone, like, how many, I don't know, how many times can I run around the living room before the salt goes through, and test and race somebody in your house or something like that. So it's just a good way to kind of measure time and think about how you're spending your time each day, okay? So the salt's almost out. That must mean our time together is almost over. So Mr. Koala and I are gonna say goodbye, and we are excited to see you tomorrow, okay? Try making this, all right? I think you're gonna have a lot of fun, and we'll see you tomorrow. Please remember how special you are. I miss you, and you really are amazing, exactly as you are. I'll see you tomorrow.